A man is dead after a shooting in the Newburgh neighborhood early this morning. Thanks for joining us right here on the WHAS 11 Night Team. I'm José Alonzo. Multiple sources confirm Vance Bolter has been arrested near his farm in Minnesota. Bolter is accused of shooting and killed a Minnesota state representative and her husband in their homes. And of course, McCurry went on to say that flipping of the dates isn't a permanent thing. They're contracted to stay in Louisville for another 9 years, so they could flip that back again anytime within those years. President Trump is preparing to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky at the White House on Monday. The meeting comes just days after his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where the two leaders discuss ways to end the war in Ukraine. But Putin is making demands Ukraine's president may not be willing to accept. One more time for the 72nd annual WHAS Crusade for Children. How much did you raise?
$30,172.72.
I'm 72s, baby.
And we got to talk about this weather. Everyone needed a coat. Matt Breland joining us now. Matt, what can we anticipate? I mean, I'm hearing about the snow tomorrow.
Hey, you know, the cold air is already making its way into the city.
And there's something for everyone at the Kentucky State Fair, whether you're going for a specific concert, you're competing in one of the competitions, or you're going for your annual donut burger. Today, we spoke with two people who live all the way out in McCreary County. That's close to the state line with Tennessee. Thanks for joining us. I'm José Alonzo in for Alex Dieterer. There's growing concern for an apartment complex with retail space development in the unincorporated community of Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. It's set for a rezoning approval in a public meeting tomorrow night. WHAS 11 Night Team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester spoke with worried neighbors who plan to make their voice heard. The county's Plan Commission can approve, disapprove, or table a development in one meeting. The public hearing is at 6 p.m. Monday evening, and we reached out to speak with the county commissioners and the developer, but as of now, we have not heard back. And there's a new book out from a Louisville resident who's hoping to raise awareness on domestic violence. Today, Michelle Smith held a book signing inside of the Dollar Tree at 28th and West Broadway for her new release, Twisted Napkin. The book details her encounter with domestic violence and effort to implement laws to help those in need. Smith told us she drew inspiration to write the book after feeling justice wasn't properly carried out against her abuser. Smith says she was one of more than 7,300 women in Louisville who faced abuse in their lifetime. And remember, if you or a loved one are experiencing similar circumstances, help is always available. You can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at the number right there on your screen. That's 1-800-799-7233. You can also chat with a specialist online. That's the website, thehotline.org. And here's another reminder that tomorrow, JCPS students will have class online due to widespread illness across the district. The move comes after several Kentuckiana districts chose to spend part of last week on NTI or cancel classes altogether. That includes Henryville schools, which will have synchronous learning tomorrow. A public health official here in Louisville says Jefferson County's specific rise in cases is due in large part to a decrease in flu vaccinations. At this time, the districts that were on NTI last week are set to resume in person tomorrow. We'll continue to keep you updated with any changes. And the Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, they are.
They really are. The Eagles soared their way to victory tonight in New Orleans against the reigning back-to-back champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Joining me now, sports reporter Sarandon Raboyne. Sarandon, I mean, what a game towards the end.
Well, especially, like, the Eagles were 100% dominant.
Millions of people watched Super Bowl 59 tonight, and a Louisville organization wanted to make sure our homeless community didn't miss it either. Kentucky's Project Friendship and local entrepreneur Bourbon Rabbi are behind the watch party at 4th Street Live. The event was geared towards helping our struggling neighbors enjoy the big game, all while also connecting them with the proper resources. And to end off your Sunday night on a positive note, a foster dog from Metro Animal Services who went missing has been found. 3-year-old Earth, Wind, and Fire went into the shelter in December and got loose last month while on his way to a foster home. And of course, so happy that he was able to get back. Sarandon, I mean, that's a good story, right?
That's such a good story. I'm so glad that Earth, Wind, and Fire was returned safely and found. We want to make sure that he's gets to go to his new home.
Exactly. You can't forget. You always got to remember.
The 21st night of September.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Well, thanks for joining us. Catch up with GMK tomorrow morning. Another busy day of learning at Fairdale High School. Inside, students run eagerly to their next class.
I will give you the fancy word in a minute. Well, I'll tell you now, it's mechanization.
Inside Karen Bringer's history class, you'll hear lessons in English, but softly in the background.
Okay? Because they're all
Translation to Spanish.
I really helped make an impact on their lives.
Senior Brenda Hernandez Reyes helps her peers understand the lesson.
Sobre
too much farming.
agricultura, sí.
And so does Bringers, with instruction in 2 languages.
I could not do this without Brenda. I'm going to miss her when she graduates and goes away.
Brenda credits her Hispanic roots for her bilingual tongue.
My family is from Mexico. My mom is from Oaxaca and my dad is from Hidalgo.
Born and raised in Louisville, she's a student interpreter helping new Hispanic students earn their diploma. Why do you go out of your way to help translate for these students?
It's just a really good sense of satisfaction to see them happy. I still talk to them, so it's not just in the classroom. It's like through the halls or in the cafeteria sometimes.
It allows me to go at a pace where they're not so bored because she can actually explain something. So if they're confused, I can say, hey, could you come over here and explain this?
JCPS shared this data, which shows that by the end of last school year, just under 20,000 new students were enrolled in the school district that either spoke a different language or moved from a different country.
Our top languages, though, are Spanish, Kinyarwanda, Arabic, Somali, Nepali, and Swahili.
The district has over 150 languages spoken at their schools. Newcomer Academy is another campus that focuses on multilingual students.
Kentucky, in fact, is one of only 3 states that over the last 20 years has seen over a 400% increase in multilingual learners.
JCPS says if all the multilingual learners were a school of their own, it would be the 4th largest district within the state.
This is like my 15th or 16th year here at Fairdale, and it used to be every once in a while you would have 1 or 2 students, 2 at the most. But since the pandemic, this class has over 20 multilingual students. We have actually students from all over Guatemala, Mexico, Puerto Rico, a large population from Cuba.
¿Le pusiste que destruyó los pastos?
Brenda isn't the only student interpreter at Fairdale High.
Well, my parents are Cuban. I've spoken Spanish at home a lot. I talk to other Cubans around here, and I feel like it feels good for other students when they see people like from their own countries.
My family's from Mexico, Tamaulipas. I just know the people coming here in high school, coming from another country, coming from a newcomer academy, they don't know English that well. So I just don't want them to be in the same position that I was in back in elementary.
Once she graduates, Brenda wants to take her skills to adults in her community.
Because I know that there's still a lot of adults that have trouble knowing how to pay their bills or pay rent because of it being in English.
A growing generation of students who can become Derby City's next leaders in multiple languages. For Moments That Matter, José Alonzo, WHAS 11 on your side.